And that must be like a bit like hell.
Thinking about life, the universe, and everything.
Ah, it's just great. It is actually very quiet in the boatyard these days. It's crowded with boat on the dry land, and this area is totally empty. And why is that? That is because this area used to be in the 1950s and 60s and 70s heavily polluted due to industry, and there were lots of toxins being wasted directly into sea, which means that the sediments on the sea floor is very polluted and toxic. So what they are doing is actually sealing the pollution to the sea floor and establishing a new floor above that. That is probably the best way to deal with this ugly stuff. And so this entire water lake, it's not a lake because it's attached to the sea, but okay, is having that treatment. It will mean that all what you see here will be moved temporarily to have the work done. Anyway, we are all, as I told you in the last video, a lot of grinding, and the boat is a complete mass of dust. I guess the best thing will be to complete the work now, and I can see from the comments that there are a great deal of understanding of that work, and while it isn't very interesting to watch the grinding, I will do some video, but just to show the progress and actually prove to you that I'm working with the boat. Before starting work, let's take a quick look at what has been done of the grinding. As you can see, there are lots of dust everywhere. So this area is about done. It's only in the bow section there are some left. I've also covered the window area, or windows, yeah, you know what I mean, portholes. And underneath here I need to do some more work underneath here, and that's terrible work because I need to hold the grinder on straight hands. You know, it's very heavy. And the roof, of course. This side is okay, but not underneath. There are some stuff here that needs to be grinded away. And of course, we have to continue backwards towards the stern. And the engine room is about done, but not underneath the floor. And the sides are still things to be done. But this area is not done, so I will complete the forward section and then move backwards and clear all the stuff that's here. I think I shall just bring it home temporarily, so it's not in the way, and it has to be de-dusted as the rest of the boat has to be. Yeah, I also got a comment that the engine is not wrapped, and that is not a good thing. I must admit, I figured out that the engine should be okay with not wrapping, as engines are in cars and they are polluted with dust all the time, but there may be different circumstances, so I might have done a mistake with not covered the engine. It's dry dust, and I will clean the engine thoroughly, but and I will not start it until it's clean. But the comments may be into a point, so yeah. But the damage is done, so I have to go from here. Let's start working. It is a little bit ironic, actually, that we may complain about cleaning up the toxic waste from earlier generations, while we still have problems with limiting ourselves for our pollution, which possibly future generation has to clean up. It's a dilemma, but one should take into consideration one's own action before complaining about earlier actions from our previous generation, our ancestors. They had other standards. Now we know better. It's just over 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's dark. It's snowy during winter, but it have to be like that if we are going to get into Christmas mood and lure the Santa Claus to get out of hibernation. Let's see what is done now. The wall separating the forward bed from the rest of the boat is now gone. So that means we are open to both completing grinding, but also to open this area, which means we can get the rest of this mess out to be able to replace that piece. We have a similar piece in the bow, and I need to get rid of the what's it called? What we use when we put the rope on. I don't get it. I'll think about it. We need to work with that. Anyway, it is almost 2 weeks since I managed to crash my car into another car. Seems to hold up quite well. The duct tape is working. I have to put some pressure on it sometimes, but it's sticking up very well. So one might ask, is it worth repairing it, or should I go for duct tape? Nice! So today I managed to grind the roof of the cabin. That's very good. I'm very happy to get that done. It was very hard for me to do. Yes, not a youngster anymore. Let's go home for dinner. It needs to think a little bit before starting. My Gunera is taking a break for the winter. The worst part about grinding now, no, it's not the worst part. The worst part is, of course, the heavy work. It's a bit like, this is how hell must be. When you grind the roof, the ceiling, and it just rain with fiberglass, and it's heavy, and that must be like a bit like hell. Anyway, but getting started, the worst part is to put the mask on. It's cold and it's dusty, but when you get the start of it, it's okay. So let's start. that's it for tonight. I will return to home to have some rest.
Sitting in my car, thinking about life, the universe, and everything. It feels a little bit like I have company. Making this video actually helped me making the boat, or working on the boat actually. This is due to the fact that I don't feel that alone, knowing I am producing a video, and some of you at least appreciate to watch the video and deliver nice comments. I very much appreciate that, and it helps me to motivate myself to work with this shitty work the grinding is. So I very much appreciate this. I'm a bit like the head servant maybe. Yes sir, would you like another piece of grinding, sir? That should be delivered immediately, sir. Alright, enough of that.
Then we are on the way to the summer house. It's pitch dark and it's below freezing point outside. We are very much safe on this equipment that we have, but do my madam feel safe? Do you feel safe?
Absolutely.
I have deserved a beer for all the grinding this week. I'm very much looking forward to that. Excellent. Lovely weekend at the summer house. It's time to continue the work on the boat. So today I think we will grind some more, I'm afraid. I've cleaned the mask a little bit and brought new filters, so then I'm off to the summer house again, and there is work to be done, unfortunately not connected to the boat. However, I'm also off to look at something called divinyl cell or something like that. Some kind of replacement for the plywood and also for insulation purposes. I'm not familiar with that technology, and I'm off to see it first. And if it looks okay, then I will buy 10 square meters. Holy shit, the boat is a mass of ice. Ah, it's just great. So it was not very easy to film while picking up the insulation stuff that was for sale. So I rather do a slight presentation of it now. I have a sample here. Let's take a look at it. So it's split up into small pieces, as you see, but I think this is made to make it very easy to form to any surface area. So, as we see. But is it divinyl cell? I don't know, as it seems to be a little bit soft. And I'm not sure if it will be possible to attach some fiberglass to it. It's may not usable to make inner walls or something like that. It may only be insulation. I'm not sure. I'm going to take a test to see if it melts when having polyester, for example, and a little bit of fiberglass on it, and see what happens. I've also cut a small piece to see if it soaks water. So I've put a little bit of water into a small glass cup. Ends up, if it soaks water, then it may not even be very usable as insulation other than in roofs or at higher walls, not lower walls, which might be possible condensation issues which make these soak up water. That would not be very, very smart. So let's see when we come home. If anyone know this product, please let me know. Please let me know what it is, because I'm not sure what it is. I'm digging outside the summer house, but I thought I'd take a little break and see if this sample from this insulation stuff has actually picked up water. So I will. It seems to be sitting lower in the water today, so it might have picked up some. Now I will dry it, so it's dry on the outside. Let's see if it squeezes out any water. Oh, actually not. It seems to be okay, but it's not much water anyway, so... But please, if anyone know about this stuff, I was told it's some years old, so I'm not sure how much, 10, 15, 20 years, I'm not sure. If anyone know anything about it, please leave it in the comment below. Thank you. Back to this insulation material. This is the total that I can buy. It's about a couple of 20 sheets. It's about 1 meter and 20 maybe times 60 centimeters, something like that. Should be 10 to 12 square meters, something like that. And that should conclude this video. It's all we have time for. We are up to date. This is the day the video launches. Have a nice weekend. Please remember to leave a like if you have enjoyed this video, which can be a bit difficult with all that angle grinding. I can see that. Have a nice week.